different perspectives, and actually, if you've done all of that, then the case that you come up with, if you come up with a recommendation, emanating out of good analysis, is generally it's a good case, and difficult to say no. And most of the time, that's what happens. So and the conversation is really about if a particular topic has not been looked at in a particular way, then it's my job to actually tell them, okay, no, look at it this way also. Things, have you thought about this? Have we thought about this? So it's actually a collective process where they do the base homework, and then they get guidance from the senior management on where does it go from here. But culture change, because they are more close to people, and I say that with a bit of a little sad feeling that it shouldn't be that way always, but for us it has turned out this way a bit. And the ground level workforce, HR has people who are relating to them on a day-to-day basis, so they are able to come up with most important suggestions and ideas from there, and they have their own mechanisms of getting feedback through to the top.
Right. I'd just like to add to that. So very good points made. Again, different companies handle it differently as far as the culture, the themes, the values, etc., and changes to that is concerned. Within IBM, it is done by all the managers, and the internal communications department, the group working with the CEO of any country operation will play a major role. Not that HR will not play a role. HR will not be leading these things.
राइट, थैंक यू. अच्छा, मैं रुखसाना और करीम आपसे पूछूंगा कि आपकी जो मोस्ट इंटरेक्शंस हैं, आर दे रिएक्टिव और प्रोएक्टिव? डू यू टेक एन एजेंडा और इज इट बिकॉज यू हैव बीन कॉल्ड इनटू द मीटिंग? क्या आपका जो ज़्यादातर एचआर है वो क्या करते हैं?
I think it has been mostly proactive, and it's because the HR has that freedom of coming up with various initiatives. That is based on a relationship of trust, which has come over a period, right? So initially there were few Q&As, a debate, but gradually when various initiatives started working, so that's where the leadership also develops a trust, and then the arguments, they start decreasing. So just like Asif mentioned, that if the analysis has been done in a very proper manner, it's very difficult to counter argue that.
Okay. अच्छा, अब जो मेरा ख्याल है हमारे पास रुखसाना मैं आता हूँ, थोड़ा सा मैं सेट कर लूँ, बिकॉज वी ओनली हैव हाफ एन आवर लेफ्ट. ये जो मेरे पास टोटल 1 आवर था, इसमें एक तो मैं अपने जो पैनलिस्ट इनसे मैं चाहूँगा कि हम बिल्कुल शॉर्ट बाइट्स में क्वेश्चन और आंसर करें. दैट्स वन. फिर यह कि आई ओपन दिस टू द फ्लोर एज वेल. आप भी अपने क्वेश्चंस रेज कर सकें. मेरी आपसे एक्सपेक्टेशन ये होगी कि आस्क क्वेश्चंस विच आर बाइटिंग, नॉट द ऑर्डिनरी नन ऑफ द मिल्क क्वेश्चंस, ऐसे जिसके लिए जवाब के लिए इनको थोड़ी सी तकलीफ हो या कोई एक उससे गुजरे एक थिंकिंग रिफ्लेक्शन के प्रोसेस से. ओके, रुखसाना आप कुछ कहना चाह रही थी? ओके, राइट. ओके, मुझे हुमायूं आपसे पूछना है, इफ़ यू हैव जस्ट कम बैक फ्रॉम अ वेकेशन एंड यू ओनली हैव 5 minutes and probably there are many things and you are going straight into a meeting, उस 5 minutes में who you will see?
My sales guy.
Yeah. Okay. Asif, you?
Probably HR. But
excellent, innovative. They know how to manage themselves. It is not possible nowadays to manage people. It is impossible. You can develop them. This is management, HR. There is no HR management. There is managers. Sorry, change your name or put some other innovative name to yourself. Otherwise, if you are trying to manage human beings, forget about it. Everybody tried in the past. They failed, and you will also fail. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I think that's a very, very valid comment. It's a bold but valid comment. Yes,
I think
Mr. Zafar.
I'll pass on that.
Okay. Thank you so much. Well, let me just summarize the key points of the panelists here, and by thanking them as well. We had, in first place, Mr. Sirajuddin Aziz. He said, somebody in HR should have the charisma of Kennedy, the marketing aspects of Lee Iacocca, the empathy of Mother Teresa, and probably the ruthlessness of Hitler. Not to that extreme, but perhaps to some. Okay. He seconds it. And the important other key aspect that he notified was that hire for attitude, not for skills, because skills can be trained. And then we had Mr. Ali Ahmed Khan, and he said the most important thing is about the brands and the people. And actually, brands today have to become public or become famous in a much faster manner. And who are people behind the brands? They are the people themselves. So, is the people should spend more time in other areas as well. That's what he was talking about. So, our third panelist, Mr. Kaleem Siddiqui, talked about the external shocks of economy, which is impacting the organization constantly. In Pakistan, it's even heavier because of the geopolitical environment. So you continue to be self-innovative, and you got to be adaptive in internal and external changes. And also, the board should understand what people are thinking. So we select the capable leaders through succession planning, and that's important. Mr. Suhail Wajad, he told us about the best practice and the concept that he has about Hamse, that is to have the higher yield, you should concentrate on human resources, attitude, and the market, and the survey. So first of all is to have the right HR with the correct mindset, and that concern starts from the hiring. So hiring is a serious business. And I think he said that the investment in HR is a must, and training is key. So that's important. And our last panelist, Mr. Zafar Ahmed Khan, he talked about the people have been talking about, corporates have been talking about people being valuable assets, but actually it doesn't get taught. So there has to be a paradigm shift into that. The board has to talk about people, managing people and how people are engaged. HR should provide the mechanism to make the involvement of the people into the board discussions and other tools at how we can recognize people more. And I think one of his points was also to think strategically and to be a facilitator's role. And that is all line managers are HR managers. And I think that is a very, very serious and very important comment. Because to sum up all this, my thoughts around this as an HR professional is, you see, if a policeman takes up a career of a policeman, he has to be courageous. He has to go out on the streets and protect the nation, protect the people. That's his job. If he sits back as a person, he says, I can't do anything because it's happening around the world. The personality, the two kind of personalities, the internals and externals. So we have taken a job which is HR, human resources. If that is the challenge, the first thing that HR should do, I'm sorry, I'll have to make that comment, we got to change. We got to incorporate ourselves into the organization's culture, blend ourselves with the kind of people over there, and then bring about a change. If we don't change, don't expect that your say will have anything or make any difference to the CEO or the people. So with that note, I'd like to end this session, and I'd like to thank you all for the wonderful questions that you asked. And also I'd like to thank the panelists here for spending their very expensive and professional time here with us. Thank you very much.
Sir, a group photo हो जाए please. Quickly. Thank you, sir. Sir. Thank you very much. I believe it's always very interesting and challenging to have such a heavy panel, because we have to absorb a lot of good wisdom and knowledge together. There were good discussions going on. Just to share with you some few research aspects which I'm trying to do. Siraj Saab added with the view that hiring and wrong things. There is a research in which 1 in 5 people believe his or her personal aspiration are quite different what the organization is offering, and that has to be taken care. That means the 20% people are not happy what they are doing, and that's a big key for us. And one big thing I think we all could not manage to discuss. I usually think this all recession element, we have never heard any CEO firing a finance guy, and we all see this is all financial recession, and we all put it on the HR people. I really wondered how it works. It's just a thought to go for that. Is there, because it is all the financial recession, and we never see a financial guy going out of the company. I don't know what are the reasons there. It's not a debate here going here. There was an interesting talk about people are not on the balance sheet, but there is one profession in which the employees are on the balance sheet. If anyone has an idea, we have that book gift for him, that there is a profession that people are on the balance sheet of that company. Anyone have any idea? No. It's more tricky. Can I have the book, please, Kaisar Sahab and the team? Ji, please, any answer? No, banks don't have the balance sheet. But they don't have professional organizations. It's the football clubs. They mention all their employees as they are priced and they are on the balance sheets. So we do have. I already have one. Thank you very much. Let's follow up to the next. Go for the next speaker. My next speaker is. The topic he's going to share his thoughts is the leading the turnaround, the CEO's perspective. That's a very fortunate part. We have a lot of CEOs in the first session. He is Managing Director of Getz Pharma. May I request Mr. Khalid Mahmood, please, on the stage to share his thoughts.
Yeah, right. I have the golden mic. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. About 4 years ago, I attended a session, a 2-day session at the same forum, and I learned a lot. And today, I certainly learned a lot from this august list of speakers. I was given the topic of how did you turn around and what did you turn around? So I'm going to share with you some of my thoughts, some of what we did, how the team at Getz Pharma did what they did, and of course, how did this happen? Why did this happen? So we'll just talk about a little bit about the global pharma market, an overview of the Pakistan pharma industry, so that you know what the pharma industry is, about Getz Pharma's breakthrough journey, and what we need to achieve and how we need to achieve our vision. Before we do that, I just have to share with you a few positive things about our country. We all know that we have a lot of diversity in our country. The human resource of our country is in leadership position all over the world. We have one of the best human resource. Perhaps that's because of the adversity that we have seen in our lifetime. I think adversity teaches you something that sometimes opulence does not teach you, the best education does not teach you. And I think some of us who have had personal adversity, and of course in a country where there is collective adversity, there's sometimes personal adversity too, and I think that teaches you something too. But I think very little is known about the natural beauty of our country, and I just wanted to take you to the blue oceans and the blue skies of this beautiful country. This is a site where I visited many times. In fact, I visited, and this is one of the premier Ramsar sites of Pakistan. This is one of the most ecologically treasured site that the United Nations has designated. This is the site of the 3 of the most extinct turtles in the world, the Wrigley turtles and the green turtles. And this is a small island outside of Pasni, has about 2-hour boat ride, and it is a very, very premier Ramsar site of Pakistan. This is the same island. Legend has it that the British had kidnapped Pir Pagara, and he is buried out here on this. So that's not anything to do with the ecology, but with the politics. And this is again this part of the same island.